Hey folks, Brian, I want to do not a feedback, but my comments after RPGaDay 2017. Um, a few folks have mentioned about how hard it is to try and keep up with everything, everybody else's videos, that kind of deal. And I ran to that too, obviously. And then missing 3 days with Gen Con, just I mean, I was further behind. There were a couple I was able to keep up with pretty much the entire time, the entire month. But others that I weren't. So I went back and I've been trying to catch up since Gen Con, watching a handful of videos here or finding somebody and trying to catch up through all of their videos. And then yesterday, I just started looking around some more, trying to find other YouTubers who have published RPGaDay stuff. And I was able to find a few more folks that I had not heard of before, that had not come up on my previous searches for hashtag RPGaDay. So I was able to run through a few more of us GMs. Not so many players, a lot of GMs, and not very many ladies either. And they're commenting. So hopefully this will expand and we'll get more input and more exchanges as time goes on, which is really why I got involved with this whole YouTube thing in the first place. I've been watching some of these GM tips and Matt Colville and his stuff on running games, and realized that this is a platform, a format where we can exchange ideas, make comments, help our own games get better, help the community in general get better. And so when I saw this RPGaDay thing, I saw that as a perfect time or perfect example of doing exactly that same thing. So that's why I jumped on. But so I was going through some other folks' videos, seeing their comments, that kind of thing. Now I never really looked for the alternate questions. I heard a couple people talking about where they were, and a lot of, well, not a lot, but a good handful of folks using alternate questions. In fact, I think it was Tracy, I don't remember his last name, talking about that. He found that the alternate questions were much more in depth. I don't want to say better questions, but things that take thinking and really explain how you as a GM or a player do your thing. But since this was my first time, I just wanted to go through the answers. I didn't look ahead, so when I grabbed day whatever it was, I looked at the question for that day, and I came up with my answer. So some of my videos are really kind of here, there, and everywhere, because I didn't plan out my post. And I completely forgot where I was going with all of this. But I wanted to do a follow-up video on some of my comments that not my comments, but other folks' comments on gaming in general and why we do what we do. And I wanted to try and spark that kind of conversation and give some feedback that, hey, this RPGaDay thing was really cool. I really enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed putting myself out there. This is me. This is how I play. These are the things I know. Did I do a whole lot of self-reinforcing on the few things I like? Yeah, that happened a lot. But seeing other folks gave me, opportunities to look elsewhere. I got to run. I didn't run. I got to play a Labyrinth Lord real quick, one-shot kind of thing at my local gaming store a while back, and it does bring back that whole nostalgia for for little guys with only a handful of hit points and being able to kill a goblin with an arrow, that kind of stuff. So it was fun, and I know there are folks out there that are die-hard OSR guys, so RSG guys. What it stands for, but the old D&D stuff. So it's been good. I've really enjoyed listening to other folks, and they're, even if it's just 3 minutes, And so, my folks who have fairly long videos, and sometimes I get kind of long-winded. But if it's an interesting topic and you really want to get your message across, I've been able to follow a lot of the longer ones all the way to the end. So I just want to say thanks to all the folks out there who have done RPGaDay. In fact, I was looking again this morning. There's a couple more that I may have missed some of the last few videos. Your Humble GM and Morbly were two that I know I've seen some of their earlier stuff, but I don't remember watching their older stuff. And going back afterwards is another point. You're able to, certain questions that you may not be interested in, like, artwork or writing or length of campaigns, that kind of stuff. But when you get to the really interesting stuff, like, what gaming event caused you to change the way you play, or what gaming session had the greatest impact on you, that kind of stuff, that's of real interest. And so I'll ping off on those. What are you looking forward to? And there was another one, I think it was day 30, the mashup. Those are always pretty interesting too. And so that's what I'm searching for as I go back, seeing, who did I miss? Who have I not seen yet? So I'm still catching up. But I just want to give you a few last thoughts about, this was good. I really enjoyed doing this. And thank you for putting your videos out too. Ciao.